Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today I'm going to be going over the new college football rankings that were just released after Week 5 ended. Here are the college football rankings entering Week 6. Before I go over what the top 25 looks like, I want to go over the teams that did not make the top 25, but did receive votes for the top 25. So I guess these are kind of teams that you could, go over as are kind of looked at as late 20s, early 30s, because these teams are outside looking in. South Florida received 53 votes this week, and they were the number one team that was outside looking in, and 52 votes for Utah as well, 46 for Mississippi State, even though they lost to Tennessee, but that was a close overtime loss. Then 38 for Memphis, 36 for Louisville, who's still undefeated. They've got a big matchup against Virginia this week. USC has 22 even after their loss. North Texas has 7. Maryland has 7. TCU has 6 after their loss to Arizona State. And UNLV has 3. That's that's a decent amount of teams. I think that's about 10 teams right there. Let me see if that's correct. 1, 2, 3. I think I'm right about that. Yeah, that's 10 teams. So I guess those are the list of the rankings of 26 through 35. But it's not the top 35. It's the top 25. So let's get over what the top 25 looks like. At 25, you've got Arizona State. They're 4-1, previously non-ranked. They're back in the top 25 after their great win against TCU. Sam Levitt had a great game. I think that really nice back-to-back wins for Arizona State. So should be impressed with them. We'll see what they can do next week. At 24, you've got back in the top 25. It's been a while, but Virginia's in there at 24. I think we all knew they'd get in there, but just what would the spot be for Virginia? And they had a great win. I just don't like them at 24. I would have put them higher. I did have them higher. I thought that they should be in the late teens potentially, like at or the early 20s after taking out a top 10 team, a top 8 team. So. But it was a great win. They looked great. They put up 46 points, what I believe is a great defense of Florida State. Very impressive performance for Virginia. But maybe the voters do not want to put Virginia very high, knowing the fact that Virginia is about to go on the road against a undefeated Louisville. That could be a big win for Louisville to get back in the top 25 if they can take out number 24, Virginia. At 23, you've got BYU. BYU is close to being out of the top 25, starting off the game down 14-0 to Colorado. But BYU came back and had a really nice second half, and because of that, they're staying in the top 25, going from 25 to 23. Illinois is at 22 after their really good win against USC. At times, it looked like they were going to lose this game and lose back-to-back games, but they have a nice bounce back after the killer that they took by Indiana. So good win by Illinois. Notre Dame. It's kind of crazy that they only went up one spot this week, but since they're 2-2, I think that plays a role into it. After their just beat down, I think it was like 56-13 against Arkansas. What a win for them. Going up to 21, they were 22 last week. Michigan actually goes down one spot. They were on the bye this week. 20. They're at 20 now. They're 3-1. 19 is Missouri. They're 5-0 now. They beat some nobody. They beat the crap out of some nobody. They go up one spot. Florida State drops down 10 spots after losing 46-38 to Virginia. I'm not surprised Florida State takes a drop down when you lose to an unranked school who didn't even have receiving votes the week before. Then going to number 17, you've got Georgia Tech. I'm not surprised they fall down one spot. They had some struggles against Wake Forest, but they were able to get a 30-29 overtime win. At number 16, you've got Vanderbilt jumping up 2 spots. Vanderbilt had a slow start to Utah State, but they bounced back, got a win, jump up 2 spots. Then the next 2 teams you've got at the same spot that they were last week. 15 is Tennessee. You could have dropped them down 1 or 2 spots, but they don't fall at all. So, I think that's fine. They've survived against Mississippi State, which I believe was on the road, if I'm correct. Then 14, you've got Iowa State. They had a really nice win. I thought it was a great performance by Rocco Beck this week, and so they stay at the same spot. They're 5-0 now. 13 is LSU. They dropped down. They're the second worst drop down this week. Number 1 is 10 spots with Florida State. Then you've got LSU dropping down 9 spots, being 13 after their loss to Ole Miss. At 12, which is the third worst drop down, you've got Georgia at 12 after their loss to Alabama. At 11, you got the undefeated Texas Tech, who's 4-0, only moving up 1 spot. 10, you've got Alabama, 3-1, moving up 7 spots, it's they're number 10. So yeah, that was a great win for Alabama that they had against Georgia. And then 9 is Texas after the bye, moving up 1 spot. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a Longhorns fan. I would have put Alabama over Texas, especially after Alabama's win against Georgia. Texas is great, but Texas is yet to get a legitimate win, and so I think Alabama should be over Texas. 8 is Indiana moving up 3 spots, 5-0. 7 is Penn State falling down 4 spots, who is 3-1 now after their loss to Oregon. 6 is Texas A&M after getting a close win against Auburn, 16-10, moving up 3 spots. Oklahoma is up 2 spots, even though they had the bye due to all the teams losing in the top 8. Oklahoma's at 5 now, 4-0. Ole Miss takes the biggest jump of anybody this week as they are number 4, moving up 9 spots and 5-0. Miami drops 1 spot, and they had the bye, but that is because of Oregon. Oregon is at number 2, moving up 4 spots after their win against Penn State. 1 is Ohio State, and great win for Ohio State against Washington. That is it for this week's top 25 rankings. You guys let me know your thoughts on the rankings in the comment section, and peace out.